I feel like this is going to be one of the hardest parts of this declutter series because we are talking about blushes. And I want to declutter my powder and cream blushes, and you have no idea in what mess I'm sitting here and how many cream blushes are now judging me. And how many of them I actually haven't used in such a long time. 37. 37 cream blushes or liquid blushes that are judging me. Let's start with this one. I have two shades of the Chantecaille Cheek Gelées. One is the shade Happy, that is a nice pink. And then I have the shade Vibrant, that is more of a cool toned mauve shade. I like them both. I think they're great blushes. I think they're a bit overhyped. So the reviews that I've seen were like, oh my god, this is the best cream blush in this motherfucking world. They're good, but they're not the best, I would say, like the best liquids. But I like them because they are quite sheer and I can build them very easy up. So these will stay. In very similar format, I do have the Vive Sunset Balm blushes in the shade Rosa and Cherub. And I both just had to swatch them because the other packaging does not look like the inside. And I have to say, although I like the tone of Rosa, it's a like warm mauve tone, warm mauvey tone. It's not a blush I look forward using. I like Rosa much more, so I will get rid of... No, I like Cherub much more, which is this pink, and Rosa is this like warm brown over here. So I will let go of Rosa and I will keep Cherub. Another reason why I think letting go of Rosa is a good decision, I have a very similar shade in the Say, what I call the Dew blushes, and this is Spicy. This is also a warm blush. This is a bit darker than Rosa, yes, but the tone, the vibe is very similar. And this one I got in the Cult Beauty, what was it called? One of their edits. The trending edit? No. They do have like their edit boxes, and this was basically for free in there because the whole box was worth like 200 bucks and I paid 35 or something. It was like good deal. And I like the formula. I also do have the Say Rosy shade. I really enjoy these. So you know what? Say can stay. And that rhymed. Call me motherfucking rap god. But don't tell Eminem. I said it in my bronzer declutter. The wands from Charlotte Tilbury, they give me joy. And I do have the high blush, which is the Pinkgasm, and 3 of the matte ones. And I really wish that she would come out with more of these. I love them. I have the shade Pink Pop, the Pillow Talk, and the Dream Pop. And especially Dream Pop is a beautiful watermelon red color. Love these. They have to stay actually in my collection. Both of these I actually got in Made by Mitchell mystery bags, so I'm happy that I have these. The question is, do I need both of them? Because to be honest, when I look at them, I do not feel drawn to the shade Sweet Cheeks, which is this very neon white based pink shade. So let me just swatch it. Oh. It's a true neon Barbie pink. And this definitely has a white base, or you can clearly see the difference. So this is Sweet Cheeks, and here is Cold Heart. Cold Heart is one of those blue-based pinks that I much more prefer. So you know what? I will let go of Sweet Cheeks. This is Sweet Cheeks. This is just not my blush type. No, thank you. But Cold Heart, I love. Maybe because I have a cold heart, at least when it comes to people. I don't like people. I like you, because it seems like you who are interacting with me are very similar to me, so I like you, but in general, people are not my favorite. I have three shades of the Rose Ink Lip and Cheek colors, and let me just go through the shades. The first one is Heliotrope, and this is the one I have a major pan on. This was this year in my project pan. I wanted to use it so much until I have hit pan in it, and I managed to reach that goal. I used it even further because I really love this shade. I just dropped one nearly. Then we have Ophelia, and this is more of a brighter reddish pink. Oh, this is a beautiful color. And do you know what? The shame is I haven't used this color in probably a year, but it still looks good. Yeah, still creamy. Of course, they will stay. And my favorite probably is Azalea. Look at this delicious dark shade. I love blushes like that. So you will stay. How can I part with these? The formula is so stunning. Absolutely amazing. I have one Colourpop Super Shock Cheek. This is the At First blush shade in the pearlized finish, so it means it is a glowy blush. I used it a couple times. I actually do like this, but I never ever reach for this. I don't know why, but the way this sits in my drawer is not appealing, and I'm currently panning a Super Shock highlighter, but the blush, I can let go of this. I think we're doing very good at this point. From last year's holiday set, these are 3 of the Jouer cheek and lip tints, and I do have the shades Be Loud, Peony, and Promise Me. Be Loud is definitely going to stay because this is the one that I currently have in my project pan, and my goal is to use up half of it. Very far away from that. The shade Promise Me is a very standard mauve shade, and I'm pretty sure I do have this in others. So you know what? I will let go of Promise Me because I do have the shade a couple times in my collection. And the reason why I let go of this one and not of others is because I like the formula of the others better. And then we have the shade Peony. This is a blue-based pink. I will so not part with blue-based pinks. Do y'all remember when this went viral on TikTok? The NARS Liquid Blush in Orgasm with the little pump. I love this. I really enjoy this blush. This actually started my love for liquid blushes because it is so good. I will definitely not part with it. And the new liquid blushes I never tried because I heard so many mixed reviews on this, so I will not risk that. This is the only NARS liquid blush in my collection, and it probably will be. Then I have a Westman Atelier blush stick in the shade Petal, and same as the contour stick, the quality is just amazing. Westman Atelier is such an overpriced bullshit brand, but it's amazing quality. With this one part of me want to say goodbye to this because I just don't like it. And the other part is like, but you haven't used it enough. But I don't think I will use it enough. You know what? This is fairly new to my collection and I've barely used it. Let me just swatch it one more. Why does the shade on my hand look so pretty, and on my face it looks like somebody smeared their their poo on my cheeks? I want to give this blush a couple more chances. By the way, this is the shade Light Pink. In what universe is this a light pink? Not in mine, apparently. And now we come to the very, very hard ones because these are like little whole collections. Yes, I have every single shade of the Pat McGrath blush sticks. If you remember, they made a mistake because I originally ordered 2 shades and they by accident sent me the order of another customer, and they were so kind and told me that I could just keep everything they sent me. So I kept all of these sticks. My first reviews were super bad on these because I didn't see it. Then I changed the way I used them by not swiping that motherfucking stick on my cheeks. I take a brush in my bronzer, declutter. That was a reason why I decluttered the Rare Beauty stick, because I don't want to have that extra step. For some reason, with blush, it does not bother me that much. I don't know why. I'm wild. The thing is now, do I have to keep all 6 shades? Forbidden Fleur is one of those dark, delicious shades. You will definitely stay. I love these shades. And yes, when you're light-skinned as me, you can use these. Then we have Fluorotique, which is one of the shades I would have originally bought, so I will definitely keep that too. Sunkissed Seduction is a warm brown, and this is not my vibe, so this can go. Paradise Peony is actually a very beautiful light pink. I really enjoy this. And now that I basically have the right technique with the brush, I really enjoy these. I'm honest. Separate my thoughts on the product. with the thoughts on the brand's behavior. Then we have Peach Lotus, and I think this was also a bit too warm for me, or was it? Wait a second. Yeah, this was the other one that was too warm for me because I like not too warm, too peachy. I don't like peachy blushes. I think with my undertone, I do have a warm neutral undertone. I think it just does not work. And then we have Divine Rose, which by the way would also have been a shade that I would have ordered myself. So out of the 6 blushes, I will keep 4. That's fine. And now we have 9 Rare Beauty blushes. And the problem is I want to buy the new set that will come in October, but I'm not sure if this is really going to be a good addition to my collection. The shade Faith is again one of those dark ones, and I have 3 of these dark shades now. So we have Faith, then there was the one in Pat McGrath, and the other one in Rose Ink. I already forgot the shade names. I love them so much, especially now in winter, because I just love this on, like, I don't know, for me this is winter skin, this keep. Then we have the shade Joy. I bought Joy because so many people recommended me this to try it and said that I would probably love it. But to be honest, this is a straight orange. What was I thinking? I'm sorry, but Joy has to go. The shade Happy is one of these like classic standard pinks, and oh yeah. Happy makes me happy. Stay. Lucky is a very bright pink with a lot of blue tones. Oh, look at this. Isn't that borderline magenta? I love it. No. Lucky, stay. I don't even have to swatch Grace because this is the first shade I think that I got in the big versions, and I really fell in love with this head over heels. We have the shade Worth. This is new to their line, or this came out last year, and this is a very neutral mauve blush, and that is what I mean. I do have shades like the Vive Rosa one that I just like more in texture and in opaqueness and in blending and in all the other qualities that I look for in a blush. So you're staying too. Now we have 3 left. Oh my god. Encourage is a cool toned mauve brown. This is Encourage. I mean, why did I think that I can part with Rare Beauty? I mean, besides Joy. Here we have the mini Hope. I think that was, no, was that not also a limited edition one? I don't know. It was also from a set. So this is Hope. And this is definitely new from last year. This is Truth, and they never came out with this in a full size, which is a real bummer. Because look at this delicious shade on top. Well, at least I was able to say goodbye to one of the Rare Beauty blushes. I think that's an achievement that I can check mark in my calendar. So we started with 37 liquid blushes, and I'm very proud to announce that we, or I in this case, decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a good 16%, so it's better than nothing. Now we have the powder blushes left, and I think I'm not sure how well we will do here, because when I just look at the pile in front of me, I don't feel like I want to declutter them, but I have to, or do, you know what, I don't want to pressure declutter, so let's just go through all of these. So we are talking about 5, 9, 10, 13, 16 powder blushes. The first one is a very new addition to my collection. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Powder Blush in the shade Poppy Pink. This is surprisingly good. I never thought that I liked it that much. I actually thought that I ordered the cream version, but apparently Sephora here in Germany does not have the cream versions of this yet. So it's the powder one. Like that. And I think the packaging here, this metal magnetic component, is so much better than the plastic shit on the cream bronzer and this like 3-shade enhancer bronzer thing. I call 2 Gucci blushes mine. One is this shade. This is Silky Rose. This is from their first collection. And then I also have this shade. This is a newer release from the summer, and this is True Pink. I mean, the difference is quite clear, and to be honest, I like them both. If you buy from their newer shades, please keep in mind they changed the formula a bit. This is much more pigmented than this. And I'm not like, I mean, I know this is a lighter shade. Of course, this is more pigmented, but I mean pigmented in a way that here I truly have to like swirl the brush or tap it a good 5 times until I have a very nice coating. While here, I only have to look at the blush and I'm already pigmented in. So then we have the Chanel limited edition blush from this year's fall collection. Definitely a keep. This so calls my name, so you will stay. Even though I have to admit, I gave this quite a good review here on YouTube, and I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but sometimes when you're not careful enough and you basically have a bronzer that is clashing with this undertone, it gets very muddy where like blush and bronzer match. So I actually have to be a bit careful with what type of bronzer I use for this. I do have 3 shades of the Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blushes. This is the classic pink one, of course. I have used this a good amount of times and I really enjoy this, to be honest. Do you know those TikToks where people are like, oh, they're rubbing and nothing is coming off? I'm like, this is like nearly impossible. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It's not the most pigmented blush in the world, but this is also not the like target for this type of brand. Like the Dior Backstage one is for like translucent glows and all that shit. It's not opaque indie brand blushes. Like, keep it real though. And I like that. I don't think that they are worth the price. Let me tell you that. I think 45 euro is overpriced, but they're nice. Then I have one of the new ones. This is the shade 15. This is Cherry. And you can maybe see I haven't used this a lot because they changed the formula again. I think they are now vegan or something. They kind of revamped the formulation to fit something. I forgot what it was. They're so pigmented now. They're like punching you. Can be a good, can be a bad thing if you don't know that, because you just know the formula from the first batch. You might be a bit surprised, but you don't need much of these. And I like the color actually. Even though this has a bit of a warm undertone, this is a warm undertone I can work with. And I also have the shade Rosewood. I mean, if this is not the definition of a mauve blush, what could it be? Beautiful. Whole lot of blushes. I will definitely not declutter. These are the House Labs blushes, and I do have the shades Hibiscus Haze, Acai Sky, Dragon Fruit Days, Lavender Blonde, this is the newest one, and Watermelon Bliss. I love them all. I did a whole House Labs brand review, so if you want to see all of them live, then go over to that video. Really enjoy these blushes, so they are going to stay. And now we only have 4 left, and these are 4 shades of the RMS Redimension Hydra blushes. And I have to say, I think I wanna let go of some of these. I already decluttered 2 shades, the Mai Tai one that was orange, not my vibe. And then there was a very dark one because it went on super patchy. But I think I just have to let go. And I just opened all 4 in front of me and I think I know which ones I will declutter. So this is the shade Sangria. It's a beautiful reddish shade. My problem is that this does the same as the dark purple one. What the fuck was the name of it? I will Google it and put the name somewhere here. But the other one that I recently decluttered went on super patchy because of the dark shade and the glow in there. It does not work for me. And I feel I have the same problem with Sangria, so you go. Then we have Maiden's Blush, and this is a type of blush that barely shows up on my skin. I don't like that. It's too brown. It's just too nude. It's a similar problem that I had with the MAC Cosmetics, the Glow Play blushes in So Natural, because it was just too natural for me. So this has to go. Now the other two shades that are left are, this is Pomegranate Fizz and this is French Rose. Both of them will stay. These are really, really pretty and I really enjoy them. And you can clearly see French Rose is the one that I use the most. I forgot one. I have one single Hourglass blush in the shade Mood Exposure. But it was in the same row as my highlighters because I ran out of space for blushes. I will keep this. This shade is very similar to the Chanel one. So maybe if you don't want to get the Chanel one and you have this already, you can use that too. The only difference is that this is very glowy because it's like one of those ambient blushes. This is really nice. So in the end, we had 17 powder blushes. I decluttered 2. 11% now decluttered. I think that's very good. So out of this whole amount of blushes now, I was really, really good. I'm very proud of the fact that I was able to declutter so many of my liquid and cream blushes. It just feels very good to just let go of some of these. So it's not much like when you see in relation to the stuff that I still have, but even this little change feels just good. And if you want to see what else I decluttered already, then go back to the channel because there are other videos already. If I don't forget to link them in the info box, I probably will because I'm a lazy fuck and I hate writing these texts. But in the info box are also in the info box are also fun links to like Instagram and TikTok, and you can buy me a slice of pizza so that I can reinvest money into this channel. And don't forget to subscribe so you will not miss any of the other videos and the upcoming fun rankings that I'm planning for December. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one.